We head southwest to beautiful Lake Erling for some crappie fishing. You'll also see some kids meeting nature, in some cases for the first time, thanks to some dedicated Little Rock police officers sharing their love of the outdoors. And we visit one of the largest trade shows in the country, featuring the newest products for the outdoors. It's all ahead on this episode of Arkansas's Great Outdoors. All right, well, folks, this is exciting for me because my friend Jeff Wardlaw and I have been talking about doing this trip for a few years now. We are on Lake Erling in southwest Arkansas, and this is my first time here. Jeff has been here quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Been here a time or two. Representative Wardlaw serves with me in the House of Representatives. I'm, of course, up in North Little Rock and Sherwood. Jeff's down here in South Arkansas, and we've been talking about this for a long time. It's time.
It is.
Yeah.
It's time. It's time to put a fish in a boat.
Yeah. Crappie is the goal today, and we're going to be doing some live scoping. We're going to be looking on the graph, kind of like video game fishing, and talking about how we ambush these. We're going to go with the longer poles because the water's a little bit clearer here, and so we need to have that much of an advance on them to be able to get their attention and get them to bite.
That's right.
It's the temptation is to set the hook on what you see on the screen.
That's right.
And it's just like with a topwater. You don't want to set the hook until you feel the tug. On a topwater lure, you'll see it grab and you just want to set the hook right then and you'll pull it out of its mouth 9 times out of 10.
Exactly the same way with that graph.
Yeah.
You'll be sitting there watching that graph and you'll see that fish attack it. Your first instinct is to give it that jerk. A lot of times you're seeing in real time, so you haven't gave the fish time to move that bait around in its mouth to get the hook lined up.
Yeah.
So you want to wait till you feel that little bit of pull on the end of that pole. And these poles are really, really sensitive. Really sensitive. But when we're fishing 10 foot deep on a 14-foot fishing pole, you want to give it a little bit of tight line to make sure you're giving them all that room they need to get it in their mouth.
We're going to spend some time with the graph, looking at the fish below. It's new and modern. Some folks are still getting used to it. Some don't want to, but the technology is here, and today we're going to use it.
Look at this perfect day. Dear Lord knew we were going to be together today.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great day. It's not a better day when the man calls, says turkeys are gobbling, fish are biting. I mean, what more could a guy ask for on a Friday?
Right. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to shorten the first part of the day for you. We were all alone in the southern part of the lake. This is not where the fish were active, thus the all alone part. Once we keyed into that, which should have been an obvious fact, we moved north and voila, more boats, more fish.
In front of us is Walker Creek, and you want to fish right at the mouth of Walker Creek and Cypress Point. There's 2 big mounds where the creek flows between them. We want to fish right on the edge of those mounds in about 11 to 14 foot of water. That's where the crappie are going to be hanging out.
He's coming right there, grab it. There we go.
Got
Look
it.
at that.
He's a big one. He's a big one. All right.
Very nice. That is so much fun to watch. On the screen.
And Tim, that's a 2-pluser.
There we go.
That's what we came for, boys. I saw him, I went for him, and we got him.
Yeah. And you got to resist the urge because it's been a little bit of a drought, you know, and you see that fish and you want to set the hook so much, but you got to wait until you feel the tug.
Oh, good. Oh, that's a good one.
Nice.
He's a pulling one. Now, you see how he came for it?
Yeah.
That's a really good one. You see that?
That was nice.
It's a good one.
Good fishing is a lot like good real estate. Location, location, location. We finally found where the fish were, and we'll see some more action on Lake Erling a little later in the show. First, we need to check in with our own Mallory Lindsay from Bad Boy Mowers with another one of her hiking tips to help us enjoy more of Arkansas's great outdoors.
As we know, water is a necessity when hiking on the trails, but how much should you bring? Well, it all really depends on your exertion and the weather, but a good rule of thumb is about half a liter per hour. And a great way to know if you're getting dehydrated or not is to check your urine. The darker the urine, the more dehydrated you're getting.
Arkansas's Great Outdoors is brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers, mow with an attitude. By Vexus Boats. By Visit Hot Springs, America's first resort. And by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish, the safe bait.
Where haven't we gone? What hasn't been done? What's still left to be discovered and possible beyond the horizon? How can we continue pushing limits, breaking boundaries, and leading the way? At Bad Boy, it's not just about finding the answers, it's about the pursuit. Bad Boy, mow with an attitude.
Hi everybody, welcome to Salt Lake City, Utah. Now this is the home of the Outdoor Retailer Convention. It happens twice a year and it's where the biggest companies in the outdoors come to display their new products for the coming year. Now if you're into the outdoors, this is a fabulous place to be. It is closed to the public, however, but we get to go in because we're the media, which means you do too.
We're here at Outdoor Retailer in Salt Lake City, and we thought it would be really interesting and fun to talk about camping. One of the most fun parts of camping is eating, right? Because everything tastes better outside. One of the best cookware you can get when you want to cook outside is cast iron, and I want to talk about that. This company sells a kit which has in it everything you need to cook outside with cast iron, in that they have the frying pan, the Dutch oven, and the chicken fryer. I say everything. In the kit they have all of this. They have the pot holder and they also have the lid lifter because this is going to get very hot. With cast iron, nothing stays cool. The whole thing heats up, obviously. If you're going to cook over a fire, you will need a stand, right, to keep all of your pans high. This Dutch oven has a smooth bottom, so you can use it in your kitchen at home and you can also use it with a stand over a fire. But if you want to cook with just the Dutch oven and coals, you don't want to have to deal with the stand, you'll want a different type of Dutch oven. The type they make for coals will have little legs on the bottom that elevate the Dutch oven from the ground, and then you place the coals underneath it. The lid will also be manufactured differently. Instead of having fun designs and a smooth top, rounded top, it will be flat with a lid around it to keep the coals in place. It is amazing, and I've never tasted anything better than food cooked outside with coals in a Dutch oven.
For every angler out there who has a favorite pair of sunglasses but is getting just a wee bit older and tying those knots gets a little bit tougher, we've got the perfect product for you. So tell us a little bit about what you got here.
Yeah, so our product is called Stick Tight Lens. It is a stick-on bifocal lens. It's super hard to see, but it's a flexible PVC magnifying lens that you stick on the inside of a pair of sunglasses, and it turns them into bifocals. They come in 6 different diopters, from 1.25 up to 3.0. You know, roughly 1.25 when you're 40, 42, 43, 44.
Okay.
By the time you get to 70, you'll be at the 3.0.
Okay.
So customer for life.
Okay, so and this is a way then, so you can peel them on and put them on?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't, it's no adhesive.
There's no adhesive. It's kind of like your AAA sticker in your windshield.
Yeah.
It's just that sort of ever so slightly tacky, soft plastic, and it just sticks on. Once it's on, right up until you pick it off with your fingernail.
And then it's reusable? You can
Yep.
put that on another pair of glasses?
Yep, as many times as you like.
For anybody out there, you know, not very many sunglass manufacturers make readers in the bottom of their lenses, and when they do, they're very expensive. This is a very affordable way to take your $200 pair of sunglasses and make them usable all day long.
Whether you're expecting to be out after the sun sets or not, it is a good idea to always have a headlamp. Now, I am a headlamp fanatic. When you look at my bag, I have probably 5 or 6 because you can never have too many. Some of the features that you should look at when finding the perfect headlamp for you is not just the lumens, which is the brightness, but you also want to know about the runtime, the range, how far that beam is going to shoot, and also, is it waterproof? That's also a very important aspect to look at. If you get caught in a rain shower and it gets wet, your batteries are going to probably malfunction. In addition to having the front light, also has a rear safety signal. This booster pack will double the runtime. It can be also used as a separate flashlight, and it can be used as a way to charge. So get the package deal. This is really awesome. I enjoy the red light because it doesn't dilate your pupils. It allows your eyes to adjust to low light situations. So whether your light is on or off, it doesn't take a lot of time to acclimate. Another thing to look at is how the beam is dispersed. Is it a spot, so is it a direct beam, or is it a flood? Is it a wide angle kind of beam? When you're looking for headlamps, I suggest trying to find something with both. This model right here is really awesome. Not only does it have a beam, but it also has a floodlight, or you can do a 2-in-1, which is really neat. So one of my favorite things about this product is it has eco mode. I haven't seen this in any other headlight. When you hit eco mode, it makes the battery last for an additional 50+ hours. So it will definitely make sure that you get out of any situation that you find yourself in.
We'll have more from the amazing outdoor products this industry is coming out with in a future episode of Arkansas's Great Outdoors. Now, when we come back, we'll go to Pinnacle Mountain State Park, where some area children had the opportunity to take a guided nature walk with members of the Little Rock Fraternal Order of Police, who got to share their love of the outdoors with the next generation. Arkansas's Great Outdoors is brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers, mow with an attitude, by Vexus Boats, by Visit Hot Springs, America's first resort, and by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish, the safe bait. Each of the last 2 years, the Little Rock Fraternal Order of Police has put together an outdoors day for area children to be able to experience the outdoors and meet the men and women in blue who keep us safe. For the second year, the Little Rock Fraternal Order of Police hosted area children for an outdoors day. You may remember last year was a fishing derby downtown. This year, a trip to Pinnacle Mountain State Park for some hiking and birdhouse building. Officer Kelly Crace heads up the Community Outreach Committee. This event is great for the kids and great for the police.
Interaction most people have with police officers is when they get stopped for a traffic stop. But for some kids and some adults, we see them on their worst day. And this is a way to see them in a different environment. We're not in uniform. We're not being called there to handle some problem that's come up. We're just here to talk to them, and they can see we're real people.
Any type of community involvement has been in our heart for years, starting with the community-oriented policing group. And this is our personal carryover of our attachment with our neighbors, our citizens, in a way that we can reach out, introduce these kids to a new experience, and introduce them to officers in a fun way. It's a win-win, and we love it.
Today, the kids are building and hiking a trail with an official park interpreter, and many are experiencing the outdoors for the first time.
I love to be able to come out here onto our trails and see kids learn and explore and discover. We were on this trail just a few minutes ago and discovered a box turtle, and one of the kids was their first time ever seeing a turtle in the wild. So they were ecstatic. They got to take a picture with it and see it on the side of the trail there and leave it be, witness it in its natural environment and habitat.
How does a tree use a computer?
It logs on. Yeah, that's anything that makes the kids laugh, I love.
I made this for myself because I needed one that was a little bit taller. I love our state parks, so we started there. The history of the CCC, but every state park has a badge that you can add. My own personal rule is that I actually have to hike a trail in that state park to put a badge on my stick.
Now, with 2 solid years of activities, the team is getting ready for year number 3.
We're working on that right now, actually.
He's already started thinking about it.
So yeah, might do a little combination of this, maybe some more fishing. So yeah, we got our ideas already turning right now. So
we thank our police officers for keeping the peace in our neighborhoods and all across Arkansas. And we thank Officer Kelly Crace and the men and women in blue for making this special day possible for Central Arkansas children. Let's now hit the water again and take a ride on the amazing Vexus boat.
The fiberglass manufacturing process at Vexus is incredibly different from anything else I've seen in this industry, and that starts with our infused composite construction process.
Infused composite construction is all built under vacuum.
So it gives you consistency. It gives you a much stronger part because your glass to resin ratio is much higher. And it gives you a lighter part. And all that in turn equates to a stronger, better performing part.
The hulls are different in every way. It's lighter, it's stronger, it's going to give the consumer a more consistent product.
The construction, how you guys vacuum it together, it's solid, it's lighter, it's just a beautiful boat.
This thing was completely stable, unreal.
There's two enemies I feel when you build a boat, and that's air and resin. Using infused composite construction, we're pulling the air out of that product.
We're putting exactly the amount of resin into the boat that we want. So we end up with a 60% glass, 40% resin mix.
When you can improve a product, make it easier to build, and have an end user experience that's better, that's real innovation.
You'll never find a better ride, hands down.
You don't feel that fatigue. You don't feel that driving force of the water coming up through the boat into the person.
At the end of the day, it's probably going to give you a couple more casts because of that fatigue is not setting in the same way when you're out there fighting waves.
Looking to get into something that's going to handle the big water a little bit better, the VX21 is definitely the boat.
We're looking at another boat brand and a Vexus. Yeah, it's an easy decision.
When you buy a Vexus boat, you're buying something you cannot buy anywhere else.
People are going to stand back in awe and say, why didn't we think of that? But we did.
Arkansas's Great Outdoors is brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. By Vexus Boats. By Visit Hot Springs, America's first resort. And by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish, the safe bait. Let's head back to Lake Erling with my friend Jeff Wardlaw. Now, we served together in the state legislature, but this is not the first time we've fished together. We actually got to fly fish in New Hampshire a few years ago in December. It was cold, but the trout bite was hot. These are some of the biggest brown trout either one of us has ever caught. Now let's hit the water for some more on-screen crappie action. Remember, it was a matter of finding the right location before.
There is an old saying in fishing. If you're off by yourself and you're not catching any fish, there's a reason why. And you go to another part of the lake, there's a whole bunch of fishermen there, there's a reason why.
Okay.
Oh, got him.
Did you get him?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get a fish? Oh my God, a crappie. I better video this.
There we go, look at there.
We're gonna see. He come to it too.
We watched him come to it.
I don't believe that was 10 inches.
It is so cool just to watch.
He came
you know,
straight to it.
He was.
These people think we're idiots. Yeah. We're just making TV, people. It's a perfect cast. It's a perfect cast. I gotta give you all the credit on that cast. Because I was like, he just went way too early.
There we go. Well, it is so exciting to see the movement on the screen because, you know, traditional fishing, you don't see what's going on down there most of the time. And so all of a sudden you see him come up and bam, and then you feel it and you got to wait until you feel the tug.
Yeah, that one's a little bigger than Carlton, so we're trying to teach him how to get a little sized up.
You know, by the time I get finished with that in the edit bay though,
yours is gonna look good, isn't it? When I catch them, they go in the box.
there we go.
Yeah,
Fish
there's
on.
a good one. Oh, that's a good. Oh, he jumped.
No.
That was a damn good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was a real good one.
That was, yeah.
I got him.
There we
Same
go.
fish.
That was. Oh, and there's another one right there.
To catch him.
Okay.
That's a hog. Guys, we're on a roll. And I Another in the box. That frying pan's getting hotter and hotter.
There we go. Got one.
Got him?
Yep.
That's a good one.
Hey, there we go.
Is the cameraman asleep? We got a real good one.
All righty.
Gonna get you to put one in the live well.
Hey.
That's a pounder.
There we go.
I told you there was a pile of them down there.
All right, this is great. Another one of those video game fish. You just cast down to it. You can watch it drop on the screen, and then you see one of these charging up to grab it. You always have to worry about the trick. Don't set the hook on what you see, set the hook on what you feel, and there you go. Jeff, we've been talking about doing this for a long time, and I'm thrilled that I got to experience Lake Erling for the first time.
Yeah.
And also, you know, being able to catch the fish in that style, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but it sure is fun when they hit them.
Oh man, it's a blast. And when they come out from that tree and they attack it, the
Yeah.
first instinct, and you'll jerk it out every time.
I know.
It's the first instinct, because
Yeah.
you're looking at that screen and you see it and you see the weight move. You know he has it.
Yeah.
But you got to wait on him to bite.
I know, it's a
Gotta
test
wait
of
on
patience, a test of patience. Now, Jeff and I work together and serve together in the House of Representatives, and on this show we don't talk about politics, but we do talk about public service. And you've been doing this for a long time. Talk a little bit about what it's like to be able to serve your community in the way that you do.
And you know, there's no better joy in doing what we do when you can actually go and make somebody jump over that hurdle, whatever that hurdle may be, whether it's Medicaid for somebody to want to go into long-term care, or whether it's Social Security and helping them get through the red tape at Social Security to get disability when they really need it. Man, I'm telling you, it almost brings tears to your eyes when you watch those people get what they want and what they need.
Yeah, and you know what, you hit on something that's important, because a lot of people think of the legislators as the people who make laws, and we do that, but that's really only for about 3 or 4 months out of the entire term. All the rest of the time, we're the representatives of the people to help them navigate what can be a very complex governmental maze.
I tell people all the time, 5% of my job is voting.
Yeah.
5%. The other 95% is answering that phone and being there for my constituents.
No better place than this today. This was absolutely beautiful weather. We got some great fish. Thank you for bringing me to
glass
some
water.
Yeah, it was great.
In Lake Erling, you never see glass water, and we've had it all day. It's perfect.
Good deal. Another great day in Arkansas's great outdoors.
We thank you for watching today. We hope you enjoyed the crappie fishing in the southwest part of the state on beautiful Lake Erling. You got to see some great innovations from our outdoors industry at the Outdoor Retailer Convention, and you got to see our law enforcement officers sharing their love of the outdoors with the children of Central Arkansas. We look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you for watching Arkansas's Great Outdoors.
Thank you for watching Arkansas's Great Outdoors. At Bad Boy, we love the great outdoors just like you.